Hello everybody, Glitch Reaper here. I'm back for some more Magic Duels Story Mode, and we're starting off on Aether Revolt now, so things are progressing very nicely. And after this, there'll only be one more where I'm going to be doing the Story Mode, and that's Amonkhet. And after that, I'll probably be going into showing what some matches are like that are not in any way scripted, uh, and so on. So we'll be getting into more Magic the Gathering stuff after I'm done with the storyline. And it has been an overarching plot. It kind of leads into other things. Like, for example, all these events kind of gradually, sequentially lead up to the events that are eventually portrayed in Magic the Gathering Arena. And it's kind of different with Arena because it doesn't have what's technically a story mode other than the very brief tutorial you get whenever you first play it. But when it comes to like the cards themselves, they always kind of tell a bit of a story. However, the problem is it would be a little hard for me to show all of that in a way. I mean, there's just so much lore that goes into Magic the Gathering. It's immense. But as for right now, I'll be going into Aether Revolt where I can actually show the story. So here we're going. Aether Revolt. Kaladesh is thrown into chaos as Tezzeret seizes control of its wondrous inventions and the city's ether supply. What are the Metal Mage's true motives? Why is he on Kaladesh? So now we're starting to see kind of what is up with the events that started off last time. Ajani rushed to Kaladesh as soon as he learned of Tezzeret's presence on the plane. Since then, he has witnessed changes in the consulate under Tezzeret ripple through Kaladesh, innocents imprisoned, inventions banned, and the city's vital ether supply curtailed. As he moves through the city, he's accosted by consulate authorities led by Dobin Bond. So it's kind of interesting to use the word curtailed when he has a tail. I mean, he's just one of the cooler planeswalkers, and he's basically an albino lion with a giant double axe. I mean, Johnny's just cool. And he's just showed up, and he's like, wait, what's going on? I can certainly say there's certain things that make this easier than others. Let me see if I've got it here. Maybe not. I mean, that could kind of, some of these could kind of help, but I don't think they're what I'm really needing. So let's go ahead and try to draw a new hand and see if it shows up. Ah, Call for Unity. This is definitely an awesome one. But nah, well, I have... Okay, I have like one thing that might be able to be... No, I have plenty of okay. This should be fine, I think, even if it's a bit of a slow start in some ways. So, let's see how well this works out. Tranquil Expanse will be something that'll require a moment anyhow. Hopefully he'll start off slow, but otherwise I might need to see how things go otherwise. But Call for Unity is one of the big linchpins of this one. Oh, he's got that out early. That could be annoying. Pacification Array. Pay 2, tap, target, artifact, and of course tap it. Pay 2 generic, tap it, tap target artifact or creature. Console had access to thousands of innovation devices displayed at the Inventors Fair. A few small changes transformed some of them from marvels of ingenuity to instruments of oppression. And you can't actually get that one yourself in this game because it didn't have one of the set symbols on it. Like, even if it's from the set, you won't get it if it doesn't have the set symbol on it. Okay, getting interesting. Because I don't have anything I'm going to specifically try to use this turn, I'm going to just go ahead and pay for that. Oh, I'm just going to play that, sorry. Paying for things will come next. Okay. Some interesting possibilities here. Greenwheel Liberator. Revolt. Greenwheel Liberator enters the battlefield 2+1/+1 counters on it. Permanent you control left the battlefield this turn. That's not going to be possible because I'm going to need to build up to it anyhow. But I could use Geode Miner. Whenever it attacks, you get 2 energy, and you can pay 2 energy and exile it and return to the battlefield under your control. So basically, you can kind of blip out. I might actually start off with this one. So that's a quick ability, and it can perform its little vanishing act in interesting ways. but it has to attack first. Night Market Guard can block an additional creature each combat. It's got 3 points of power, so that could stop a couple of small ones. Okay. But I will be able to give him a little bit of cause for concern in a moment, because I think I'm going to actually use this, enchant my planes, because this card here is, well, sorry, Unbridled Growth. It allows a land that's enchanted to add 1 mana of any color to the mana pool every time it's tapped, instead of just whatever it does, and you can sacrifice it to draw a card. Well, the thing is, you can also do that as a fast ability because it doesn't cost you anything. So, I can draw myself an extra card, and that allows me to play this with a little bit of an additional kick right off the bat. So now it's a 4/3. And now I can start performing a bit of a dance. I've got some energy. Ah, you blocked it, but I'm doing my dance. Ah, see, the rule is if you exile something, then it's not considered attack anymore, so I just faked him out. I can keep doing that over and over to make sure that my that it counts as something leaving the battlefield, because that will also trigger the special ability. Tranquil Expanse, or yeah, I might want to go for Evolving Wilds. I'd like another Plains, please. Thank you. Okay, so it won't be able to do that, but because they're using their pacification ray. However, I can also smash that Night Market Guard, get it out of my way, because next turn I will be able to play something considerably bigger. Master Tinkerer. Servos that Thropters you control get +1/+1, and pay 3 generic and 1 white, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. It's a 3/2 off the bat, so for Dwarf Artificer, that's actually kind of some good set of abilities there. And they do have enough mana to keep paying that, so this could be a problem early on. I think I'll play Call for Unity now. That'll build up pretty far, pretty fast. Okay. You're keeping that from building my energy. But what are they going to do whenever I start having more than one creature? Because I don't think I've seen in this fight more than one pacification array. I played it a few times, just to kind of get the hang of it for this moment. And yeah, they're going to be able to get at least one attack off. Servo Exhibition, they're getting 2 servos. And those will be powered up by that special ability. So, yeah. Eager Construct. Nearest the battlefield, each player can scry 1. Oh, that thing again. Nice. Well, that's convenient. I get another creature. Oh yeah, I'm definitely taking that. Okay, so that is from Kaladesh. Okay, so you can get those. I haven't quite fully collected everything in the game, and if this fight triggers a quest, I might actually show a bit of that. May seem interesting just putting this little one in. But there are ways of dealing with it. And actually use them to get these unbridled growths back just so that I could actually have other things happen. But I think I'll play one of these aerial responders right now. It has flying, vigilance, and lifelink. So that's a pretty good set of combos. Okay, they're not using their thing yet. Interesting. They're gonna try blocking it. Okay, let's do the dance. That's what it's here for. Ding! Right back. And that triggers. So I get to power up all my creatures. Now, if I keep doing... The thing is, whenever you exile a creature and then get it back, it won't have any counters on it if I have counters on it. But, here we go with that in just a moment. But that applies to counters that it has. I've got counters on this enchantment, and it's powering up everything else, because for every unity counter on this, then everything gets +1/+1. That's one of my creatures. It basically works that it does that at the end of, well, at the beginning of my end phase. If anything that was a permanent I control left the battle, then it'll put a counter on it, and then for each counter I get +1/+1 to every creature. So it'll just keep counting up the more I do those kind of flipping maneuvers where I just flip stuff around. This Void Wielder could be slightly annoying. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may return target creature to its owner's hand. I'm not sure what set that's from, but I can tell it's one of those creatures that's going to be, haha, I shoved you away for a moment. They realized what one of the more dangerous creatures was. The aerial responder. I don't really have much I really need to, I think I can take out one of the servos. I will be having more popping up. I'll get my aerial responder going again here. Okay. I think I might even have enough leftovers for something. Ah! Whenever Renegade Rallier enters the battlefield, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, return target permanent card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That could be interesting later. I'm not going to do it right now, because I want to be able to trigger that ability first. I will probably do the dance again. Nope, they're not letting me. But I have something that's a bit better on the defensive now. Set aerial responder is convenient. Wait, what are they doing? Didn't they just use that? How are they using that again? Did I miss something? No? Okay, it's just their upkeep, okay. So that's what happened there. Is this too much? Well, let me see here. See, 5, 8. Yeah, I definitely need to start gaining some health back. So I'm definitely going to need to use my lifelink ability. Because otherwise this is going to be very bad. And cause for, of course, redos. Okay. Well, I get to trigger something right off the bat. Okay, I think I got a better idea. I'm going to go ahead and use Evolving Wilds right now. Grab myself an extra forest. Because that just left the field, I get to play Airdrop Aeronauts and gain myself an extra 5 life. So that gives me a bit of a recharge. I definitely need to use my lifelink. Because that has Vigilance, Flying, and lifelink, oh my gosh. Thing is, it's not quite strong enough to be able to take that out without dying itself, so I'll still do the dance. Of course, I might still do the dance later anyhow, because it's something that could come in handy just for triggering this ability. Because it comes back into play untapped, it's kind of funny how well that works. Now the enemy's starting to consider the fact that I may only have 3 creatures, but they're 3 very good creatures. Ooh, I get another one of these Aether Geode Miner, darn lips, Aether Geode Miners. That's nice. Okay. Okay, I still have enough to pay this. So if I go all out, then in all likelihood, I should be able to play this later and get another boost to my life. So that would be very useful. Let's see if I can maul them over. They're in a perplexed area. Wait, it didn't let me actually stop it. Did it skip? I think it skipped. Yeah, it skipped, which is very weird. Their combined power is enough to take that out, but it's going to keep stockpiling. When it does, they are going to really get it. I'm going to reinforce my life. So airdrop Aeronauts, come on in. Because you've got not only the ability to fly, but the ability to give me a boost if something left my my battlefield. They're trying to reinforce their ground forces. So Dovin Bond is definitely trying to keep things going, but I keep getting some really nice stuff going on here. Implement of Examination. Pay 1 blue, sacrifice Implement of Examination, draw a card. An Implement of Examination is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. So basically they're going to get 2 cards out of that, for those who don't know what these implements do. Each of them has the ability that whenever they go into a graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card. But they have something different they do that's themed after a color of mana, even though they, and involves it, even though they don't actually have that as part of their casting cost. So those artifacts are a little different. You just need 3 generic mana and they can do something. And he immediately went for drawing a card. Which means he also immediately gets another card. Dovin Bond definitely was acting a little bit desperate. Banishing Light. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Banishing Light leaves the battlefield. Well, this is absurdly convenient, because I need to get rid of this pacification array. And it's a non-land permanent, so thank you! That was stupidly convenient. Okay, and he didn't use it in one last shot to stop anything I've got. I think Dovin Bond realizes that even though I had a slow start, he's basically beyond screwed right now. Like, nailed, screwed, and superglued. The whole trifecta of being stuck to a board of wood. or metal, or just, well, it'd be, let's just say he's stuck on a poster. like a plywood poster. Taken to custody, target, tap target creature, it doesn't untap until during its controller's next untap step. Oh, you just had to do that, didn't you? So one of these is going to get tapped, and it's going to stay tapped next turn for a while. However, he's barely got any mana left. On top of that, I have both of those and these. So this is going to be a super dance. They initiate powering up. Again, it doesn't give me the initial. But see how their total power is enough to take out my total toughness? That's all that really matters. See, double trigger. I'm going to eat all that energy just to do this, but it'll also put them right back into defense position. So they'll be ready to block. And when this turn ends, they'll be stronger than ever. But unfortunately, he didn't have anything that could stop either of these, so he's a goner. Sorry, Dovenbon. Or am I? I'm not entirely sure. Seeing how you align with Tezzeret, I'm thinking I'm not worried about that. Yep, these two triggered, and I'll be ignore that. It'll initiate whenever I reinitiate the game in a moment. I'll do something a little special in a little while. But I got basically because I was using green spells through this particular story mode mission. Both of them involve that in what I had to do because I had to win 2 games, which I cast a green or something else spell. In this case, red. In this case, white. And I got both of them, so I got enough basically to go with a pack in the store. And I think I'm going to do that as a special video in just a little while afterwards. But first, we're going with the rest of this particular part of the story. After fending off his consulate attackers, Ajani proceeds to the Renegade Gathering, where Pia and Chandra Nalar greet him warmly. Is that a pyromancy joke? I'm just wondering, because Chandra is totally a pyromancer. They've gathered at the Aether Hub, a central routing station for the entire city's ether supply. So, yeah, they're basically gathering up and preparing to stockpile their own energy so that they can fight the consulate. So this is basically the meeting of, now that we got the ether supply back, let's start gathering our own efforts to fight back against the consulate, because apparently they've gone totally wrong. So that will continue on with the next parts of the story over time. I'll be seeing you in the next video. For now, this has been Glitch Reaper. Hope to hear from you all later. Bye for now, everybody, and remember, Friday Night Magic.